Hello everyone and welcome to Serendipity in Quarantine. Today we are going to learn about the continental drift theory. So it is one of the theory which explains the current position of the continents as well as the oceans. So let's begin. Okay. So continental theory was is explanation of continents which cover almost over 29% of the surface of the earth. So there were multiple theories to explain why the continents are in this position which they are currently are. So continental drift theory is one of them. So earlier Abraham Ortelis, a Dutch map maker, he showed that three continents together, and he was the first one to propose such possibility as earlier as 1596. So, but in the end, Alfred Wegener, a German meteorologist, who put forth the comprehensive argument in the form of continental drift theory in 1912. So, this was regarding the distribution of oceans as well as continent. So, according to the Wegener, there are all the continents form a single continental mass, a mega continent called as Pangaea, which meant as all Earth, and the mega ocean was called as Panthalassa, which meant all water. So here in this diagram, we can see that the huge continental mass combining all the continents was called as Pangaea, and the water covering it was called as Panthalassa. So according to Alfred Wegener, the Pangaea split it, and first it formed two large continental mass called as Laurasia and Gondwana land, and again then these two lands split and form different types of continents which exist today. So in variety of evidence were offered to support this continental drift theory. So we'll see these evidences in detail. So the first one was matching of continents, that is jigsaw fit. So if you compare the shoreline of Africa and South America facing each other, they have remarkable and unmistakable match. So here we can see that if we cut this Atlantic Ocean, then this continental part of South America will perfectly match this part of Africa. So this is called as the jigsaw fit. So this explains that the match is very much unmistakable. That it means that these two masses were once upon a time apart, and they drifted apart through this continental theory and become two different continents. Then the second evidence is rocks of the same age across the ocean. So according to the radiometric dating method, we found that there is a belt of ancient rocks. So these ancient rocks are about 2000 million years, and they are from Brazil coast, and they matches with those from West African coast. So the earliest marine deposits along the coast of South America and even Africa are of the Jurassic age. So this shows that these both coastal lines have rocks of same age. So it also proves that once upon a time this used to be one continental mass. Then the third one is the tillet. So what is it? It is a sedimentary rock formed out of deposits of glaciers. So Gondwana system of sediments from India is known to have its counterparts in 6 different land masses of the southern hemisphere. And also there is a thick tillet indicating the extensive and prolonged glaciation. Also the counterparts of succession are found in Africa, Falkland Islands, Madagascar, Antarctica and Australia. So this glacier tillet provides unambiguous evidence that a paleoclimatic and also drifting of the continents. Then the fourth one is placer deposit. So placer deposits are the rich materials like gold, silver. So the rich placer deposit like gold was found in the Ghana coast, but it does not have any evidence of the source rock of the gold in that region. So how come the gold is found in this Ghana coast? So it is because in Brazil there are gold bearing veins, and it is obvious that these gold deposits from Ghana are derived from Brazil plateau. Then there is next one, distribution of fossils. So identical species of plants and animals adapted livings of land and fresh water are found in either side of the marine barrier. So sometimes, for example, in case of India and Madagascar and Africa, there is a common fossil found of lemurs. So it is also known as Lemuria. So this contiguous landmass Lemuria links these three landmass. And also Mesosaurus was a small reptile which adapted to shallow brackish water, and skeletons of these are found only in two localities, that is in Southern Cape province of South Africa and as well as Iravis formations of the Brazils. So these two localities are presently for almost 5,000 kilometers apart, but still we find similar species of fossils in these areas. So what caused this continental drift? So there was a force of drifting. So Wegener suggested that the movement responsible for the drifting of continent was caused by pole fleeing force and tidal force. So what is pole fleeing force? It relates to the rotation of the earth. As we all know that earth rotates and earth has acquired a bulge shape. It is not completely spherical in shape. So this bulge is due to the rotation of the earth. And also there is second force, that is tidal force. So it is due to the attraction of moon and sun that develops the tide in the oceanic water. So Wegener believed that these forces would become effective and applied over millions of years, but some scholars have denied this theory. So there are some post-drift theories. So in these theories, the first one is convectional current theory. So according to Arthur Holmes, he said that there are some convectional current operating in the mantle portion. So these currents generated due to the radioactive elements causing thermal differences. And yes, here we can see that in this mantle portion there are this convectional current because of the thermal differences. And what happens, that there is exist system of such currents that entire mantle portion, and according to these two different types of currents, the masses of the continent move in different direction, and sometimes it can cause the mid-oceanic ridge at the point of upwelling due to the thermal differences. So this discarded the continental drift theory, which was based on pole fleeting force and tidal force. Then also one more factor is mapping of ocean floor. So we know that in ocean floor there are multiple reliefs like various ridges, even trenches. So these have the evidence that the mountain ranges are trenches show that the mostly locality are closer to the continent margins. For example, the mid-oceanic ridge were found to be most active in terms of the volcanic eruptions. Also, the rocks in this oceanic crust are much younger than that of continental rocks. So this also proves that the rocks on either side of the crest of the oceanic ridge having equidistant location from the crest were found to have remarkable similarities. So it shows that oceanic ridge are continuously generating. So this also disregarded the continental drift theory. So this was the end of this video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you for watching.